I've got the answer right here, ladies and gentlemen, to everything that ails you. Now step right up.
One who quacks like a duck about his salves and remedies. The cruel practice of making money on people's worries feared throughout the years as quackery.
I said cured of backache, nervousness,
There's lots of studies on what chiropractic can and cannot do. So, here is a systematic. It'd be systematic, pal. Systematic review of reviews. And is it efficient in treatment of diseases? So, they actually had 23 studies, and they had the study criteria. They only were allowed to keep 11. And of course, big chiropractors are going to say, whoa, the other 12 must have been the real deal. No, it's because they were too strict to include those. They had the search criteria, the research criteria was too strict. So they're saying in the cases of asthma, infant colic, autism, gastrointestinal problems, fibromyalgia, back pain,
Right.
and carpal tunnel syndrome, there was no conclusive scientific evidence of all of these studies. Okay. And these were all in-depth. These were 11 in-depth studies of chiropractic in full. So that's a meta-analysis, right? And that included back pain. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, but
Long-term.
I was going to say something about Big Pharma, but you know.
That is true. Big Pharma probably funded the study, right? Or maybe they funded those 11 studies.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, too, some things, there's a term in the medical community called self-limiting. Do you know what that means? Does anybody here know what that means? Self-limiting?
Sure.
What?
It's limited by itself.
Well, self-limiting...
It's a reaction that runs out of reagents, right?
Sort of. Well, self-limiting means
true.
that
Well, it depends on what context
No.
you're
It's
asking.
really simple. Self-limiting means it will fix itself.
Oh. You mean a self-limiting disease.
Giving a sufficient
Sure.
amount of time, it will fix
It'll get
itself.
better.
Like a headache.
Hey.
I have headaches. Guess
That's-
what?
They go away.
You leave them enough time without eating medicine. I don't need Tylenol. I don't need Advil. I don't need somebody cracking my back. It just goes away after a while.
That's why
It's called
chiropractic...
self-limiting.
That's what
And a lot of
chiropractic
things-
believes. They're just the
Well-
body can heal itself,
Well,
brother.
what I'm saying is some of the things where people get relief, it could just how do we know that it's not just self-limiting? Something that would have fixed itself anyway. Yeah. So how do you analyze that versus that? And maybe this is what that meta study is showing, that is the treatment reducing the time versus somebody that didn't do anything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But obviously if the studies are showing that it's not, that people that claim that they've gotten relief could have just been self-limiting. You got better no matter what. How do you know that what you did shortened your healing time?
Or it's something where if you go and you don't continue the treatment, one of those kind of things where is it a Band-Aid or
It's like if you crack your knuckles, you kind of got to keep cracking your knuckles to some extent.
Sure.
Right?
Not at all.
I mean, you don't have to, but it feels better. Like if that's what you do, it feels better when you do it.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, and that's my thing is like people keep going back because it feels nice to have your joints cracked. And
Are we going to talk about at some point what we actually think chiropractic does?
Ooh, okay.
You may go ahead and jump on that?
Well, I mean, let's go with this other study. One more study.
We'll wrap up with that. How about that?
So this is attempting a risk-benefit analysis of chiropractic care. So where does this leave us when attempting a risk-benefit analysis? So but what we're looking at here is what would be the risk of chiropractic. So people can have life-threatening cardiovascular events from this, actually. That's one of the risks. It's not very common, but, I mean...
Cardiac events?
Yes. People can have strokes. Because if you twist in their neck and all these different things, I mean, you could,
you can break
dislodge a plaque or clot.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. I mean, it makes sense. And not that... So, in that case, would they have had, would that have eventually happened or not?
So,
right?
let me address this topic here as a generalization. And I want to quote one of the greatest radio show hosts of all times, one of my personal friends, Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew. Love Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew said something one time that I thought made a lot of sense to me. And it was, everything that you put in your body has an effect.
That's right. That's
true. So you have to consider the risk to reward ratio, whether it's a multivitamin or it's serious pain medication.
Or a glass of water.
Or a glass of water. They all have negative effects to some extent.
That's right.
And you just have to balance out, is it worth doing?
That's right. Even like
Always
the
a
natural
risk-benefit
stuff,
analysis.
which
Right.
people
That's what
think
we're
have
talking
no negative side
Well,
effects.
what's the
There's
worst
only
that could
positive.
happen? Well,
Right.
there's a lot of bad that can happen.
Exactly. He's exactly right.
I've taken vitamins before that ran my blood pressure.
Water can literally kill you if you drink too much of it.
course.
Absolutely.
Like, everything can have a side effect.
Sure. That's right.
Everything can.
So you
Positive
got to
or negative.
consider the
Yes.
risk benefit
But not
of everything
alkaline
you
water.
Alkaline
Not
water.
alkaline water.
Alkaline water.
Our Garcinia cambogia.
That's right. Okay. After we get through this, I want to hear more about the alkaline situation. And okay, so what this study says, and that's exactly what we're talking about here, risk-benefit analysis. So chiropractic is pretty relatively safe, right? Even so, okay, so here's what they say. On one side, we have uncertain benefits. And the other side, we must consider common non-serious adverse effects as well as serious complications that occur at an unknown rate. The reason why they say that is because we're getting reporting of serious side effects are way underreported with chiropractic care. They're saying at least 100% underreported for serious side effects. That's just serious side effects, and that doesn't include non-serious, right? So, given this situation, a tentative risk-benefit analysis cannot produce a positive result. So the conclusion must therefore be that according to the evidence to date, chiropractic spinal manipulation does not demonstrably do more good than harm.
Study found that the
Demonstrably or
lack of
demonstratably?
reporting serious side effects from
Demonstrably.
patients was more than. How can you have more than 100%?
So
Not
100%, so it'd be more than double, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it's at least
That's
half.
what I was looking at, trying to wrap my head around.
It is a weird, like, you have to look at like an increase of 100%.
All right.
That's what you're
Okay.
saying. So it's under,
So if everyone were to report, it would be more than 100% more reports.
I know,
follow.
it is
I follow
confusing.
now.
The way that's how they listed it in the study. They could have just said double.
Yeah.
100% looks more impressive,
Right.
of course. So that's biased.
It is biased. That is biased.
It is biased. I will admit that. Okay, so before we talk about this, John, I think you had more on alkaline water, and then Birdman, you had more on the medical backlash on this, I think.
Medical backlash on what?
On chiropractic in general, and then I think Marvin had more to say what he thinks chiropractors are really doing.
Yes.
Okay, well,
John, would you like to go first?
I mean, I don't know much about the alkaline water besides that it
but
changed
I
my
do want to
life.
hear change your life. So okay, so what did they say it actually?
Wait, are we going to talk about alkaline water right now?
Sure. I mean, I'm interested.
No, I
because
don't know
this
what it is.
This is one of the issues, like we said, with chiropractors is they not only push the bounds of what they can do and what they do can do. They're selling other shit that doesn't. I mean, what the hell is this shit? I mean, you could go in there and they might be selling fucking gummy bears that are just gummy bears, and they say these cure cancer. I mean, I'm not saying that. Cut that out. Never mind. Go to alkaline water.
So, do you understand? Do y'all know what alkalinity is?
Yes.
Okay. It's not
Measure
pH.
of
It's not pH.
Don't look at me.
It's a measure of the
Measure of-
buffering capacity of water or of the liquid. Buffering capacity meaning how
It's like
much
the ability
acid
to
it can
handle
counteract.
acid, right? Yeah.
Correct. To
Well,
break
buffer
down,
can mean a
essentially.
lot of things, but yeah.
In this instance.
So you would want more alkaline in the water than less, obviously.
Not necessarily. I don't know why you need
Well,
to
maybe this thing is taking it out. I don't know.
No, it's they're selling
So alkaline would be neutralizing.
But I think
acid,
what they're
right?
referring to it as is high pH water, which a lot of people say alkaline meaning high pH because anything that's alkaline, more or less, is a higher pH.
Okay.
Right, because it would balance out. I mean, a higher pH would balance out a lower pH in.
Only if it has well, it's only 1-to-1 if it doesn't have alkalinity. So a 8 would balance out a 6. But if it has alkalinity, an 8 with alkalinity would balance out lower than a 6. That's what alkalinity.
Well,
I
I'm
would
not-
bring the chemist.
I'm not
to
really
class.
sure I can return this thing, so
So you
Well,
bought the
here's
whole
what
thing that makes the water.
If you want to make alkaline
Oh, shit, I
water,
wish you
all you
would
got to
have.
do is take a little baking powder. Done. You're set. That is alkaline
But how
water.
does it taste?
It's gonna taste
Plus,
a little
did-
salty.
Actually, I
Did
did
they put
taste
the
a little
minerals
salty.
in?
Actually, I do that when I soda dope. You know, when you go for a run, so you don't get sore. Your muscles don't get sore.
So I don't.
It's the same thing. You just eat baking soda. You just put it in some
I
water.
eat bacon.
Hey, I think
said
your
baking soda?
Hey, I think your dog has a tick.
No, it's a little.
Oh,
So I've
I've
tried
been
that.
taking him to the chiropractor. They said it's going to be gone in 27 more treatments.
27 more treatments.
I've tried that, John. It doesn't really work for the same reason alkaline water doesn't
Yeah.
work. Is because your stomach is full of acid.
Yeah.
And by the time it leaves, it's back to normal wherever it needs to be. And if it isn't, you're going to generate some major issues within your system. You don't want to change the pH of your body.
Oh.
That's a really bad
You cannot
idea.
change the pH of your bloodstream.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you would have to really
You
do
could
something
do it of
special.
your
You
stomach,
could do
but
it.
you know what happens?
I'm sure you could do it.
You're
going to
throw up.
You're going to puke everywhere.
Think about the gallon challenge.
You don't want to.
Think
And
about
you're
the
probably
gallon
going to burn
challenge, right?
yourself.
You don't wanna-
right?
You're
you
going
don't
to burn yourself is what you're going to
Right,
do.
Zach? Think about the gallon challenge. You are physically unable to drink a gallon of milk.
No. I agree with you, but
It's different because that's just
No, I do
basic.
this baking
That's not
soda
alkaline.
thing.
you could
though.
probably eat enough baking soda to change the pH of your blood.
I just do
Maybe.
like a
Wouldn't throw-
shot.
Oh,
A
your
sh-
blood, your stomach.
Yeah.
You can probably change the pH of your blood.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
probably do
I
not.
mean, isn't your blood
it would go really
slightly
poor.
It would be a
acidic?
very
It's not
bad idea
significantly acidic.
It's
to
not
change the
significant.
pH of your blood.
It's,
I would
just
think.
in general, it's a really bad idea. This talking about risk reward whatever. That's a really bad. Like, what is the benefit of raising the pH of your blood?
There's.
So this is hucksterism, folks. This is quackery.
I mean, you can have localized raisings of your pH in your body too. With
but-
infections, they'll lower or raise your pH, which will render certain medicines ineffective.
But
For
I wanna
example,
hear- yeah, no, go ahead.
anesthetics, like local anesthetics, so which I do in dentistry. If you have a infection around a tooth, it will change the pH in that area and make my anesthetic not work.
Really?
So yes, so when I give you a shot and it still hurts,
I'm
after
gonna
the shot,
guess it
it's because
lowers
Do
the
holistic,
pH?
well, it
holistic
affects,
dentists
it
give
affects
shots?
the calcium and potassium channels that run through your innervations and their ability to open and close. And so the local anesthetic I give helps retard that or prevent it from happening. But if your pH is
offensive.
different, it won't get in there and it makes it less reactive, I guess. So it doesn't work. So there are places in your body where your pH will change, but you wouldn't want that to happen to your entire body.
That's
That would be a
interesting.
very bad
Yeah.
idea.
So okay, but going back here, so John Boy, your chiropractor bought a machine. They bottled their own alkaline water, and they told you that what would it do? Why would you buy that?
Before we dive into this, I think you were in the bathroom when I said this, but she's very attractive.
See, that's part of it. Now, when she's touching on you, are you face down, or is your umbilical, or is your belly button face up? You know what I'm saying?
Belly button action you got going there.
Basically, I'll say this, and then and then we'll let you. I think you had some things to say as far as medical, like you being in the dental profession.
Sure. What do you want me to say?
I'm not going to put words in your mouth, sir. But what I was going to say is, like, the interesting part is they came up with their own doctorate, which, hey, you know what? So did medical doctors.
They did.
Sure. So did doctors of pharmacy.
Correct.
How about that? So, I mean, I get that, right?
Okay.
And people trust doctors. So, and people probably enjoy adjustments. I haven't been, but was it nice? I mean, it felt good. You got rubbed,
Sure.
you got cracked, It feels nice when you crack your knuckles, right? You don't do it because, I mean, I like to hear it, but, also long term, what are you doing besides just letting your air out? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So here's the rub. They're very strongly opinionated about their practice,
Correct.
and they're fighting hard to defend it, which
Correct.
is fine. But here's the other thing: if you want to be legitimate, be legitimate. If you want to be bullshit, be bullshit. You can't have both, right? You can't be selling applied kinesiology, which we just talked about is definitely fake. And you can't be saying that you can cure autism, and when you can't verify that. Mm-hmm. Okay, we can't say that you can't, but here, you need to get your shit together is what I'm saying. Okay, because you need a repeatable, measurable results, and you can't just rationalize, evidence away by saying, oh, well, we don't know enough about it, so they don't know that we're really not doing this. You know what I mean? So,
But there's probably millions of people who go to a chiropractor on a regular basis who see actual benefits, or at least perceived benefits from it. And it seems unlikely to me that they're all just not seeing any benefits, right? Mm-hmm. So the question is, what are they doing? And I think it's a mixture of things. I think, one, the massage aspect of it, the massages work. In my opinion, they work.
And they make you feel better.
They make you feel better for sure.
And that
Whether
has
or not
value.
they have a
I'll
medical
agree.
value or not, but they make you feel better, more relaxed. And if you do have tight
that
muscles,
has value.
If your hips are tight, you can massage your back, and hey, your back starts feeling better, kind of thing. I think there's also a therapeutic mentally side of this whole thing where
There is.
I don't feel good. I'm going to go, and I guess it's placebo to some extent, but I think it's more of almost like a meditation thing where you go in, you're in good hands. You don't have to worry about yourself for a minute. You relax, you're taken care of, and you leave feeling better. And I think there is a value in doing that.
I agree with that.
And if you can receive a placebo effect from something or any effect from something, that's good.
Yeah,
right. Like
a placebo effect
why
is
not
effective in a third of the time.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I don't think that going to a chiropractor is wrong in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree.
I think the problem comes up whenever they start promising people stuff that they actually cannot help.
Correct.
Exactly.
Whenever they start
Yes.
saying I can fix your cancer or your autism, now your
kid's colic.
there's an opportunity cost associated with that can be deadly. They can kill someone. So that's where I think the problem is.
Correct. I agree.
Yes. So
my two
and
cents.
that's great because it leads us right into our conclusion here of it, and then we'll go into questions here. But first, I wanted to say, so this was a study here that was done. Looks like the chiropractic market size is expected to reach an almost $18 billion market by 2025. So that's good money.
D.D. Palmer would be very happy to see that.
He'd be palming his DD.
His son wouldn't have ran him over if he'd done that.
Is that how he died?
True.
Yes.
You looked
Well,
it up?
one of the
What, in like a wagon?
No, his son.
Oh wait, that was
murdered
right.
him by
He
a
was,
car.
and he was one of.
He was around when cars were around?
He was one of the. Wasn't he like famously one of the people to die?
Yeah, cars were invented like late 1800s.
Yes.
Oh, he
His
was around.
son-
Okay.
his
Like
son-
So he was like one of the original people to get run over by a car.
Yes.
kinda cool.
So like
Wasn't that
it's-
one guy
It's
that-
debated. I'll say this right now. So like, yeah, 1913. So like it might not be.
Ooh, this is a conspiracy.
This is a conspiracy. This is not. There's not like he definitely killed him, but a lot of people think his son killed him. Ran him over by a car on purpose to murder him. That's what some people think. I don't know.
'Cause he
I wouldn't know.
named him
But that
BJ
is- that is
Palmer?
a conspiracy.
BJ. No, did he?
Oh, no, that's somebody else.
No, it is BJ Palmer. His son's name is BJ.
It
His
is
name was DD.
BJ Palmer.
Palmer.
BJ Palmer.
Mabel,
Holy cow.
Mabel, young and able.
There he
Whoa.
is.
Oh, yeah, that guy definitely ran his dad over.
Why does he not have a shirt on in this picture?
I never thought I would look at somebody and say, that guy looks like he'd be named BJ
like
Palmer.
he's
Scroll down. Scroll
But that
down.
guy looks like a BJ Palmer.
Oh my god.
Bartlett Joshua Palmer.
It looks like a girl Ewok without their shirt on. That's what he looks like.
He's got some nice titties.
Yeah, but look
He's
how
got some
straight
nice
his back
hairy
is.
boobs.
Look
That
how
is true. Look,
yeah.
he's got good. No, it's pretty bad posture actually.
Yeah, it is. It's slumping
Shitty.
forward.
Question involvement in father's death. All right, so incident occurred during a homecoming parade. It resulted in a lawsuit for
homecoming
attempted
parade.
murder filed against him by his father.
see?
The allegation that BJ deliberately hit his father with a car on that occasion followed BJ Palmer for the better part of a generation.
Oh yeah.
A 2008 book, Trick or Treatment, repeats the
Pretty good
story
summary.
and states that in 1913, B.J. Palmer, great name, ran over his father at a homecoming parade for the Palmer School of Chiropractic. Who do you think they were playing in the homecoming game?
I wonder if they won their game. Who's the homecoming queen that game?
I think they were going against the Toledo Magnets. He ran over his father in Davenport, Iowa. Weeks later, D.D. Palmer died in Los Angeles. The official cause of death was recorded as typhoid.
Seems like a
Typhoid
COVID
Mary.
issue.
Mary strikes again.
What was it? Oh, it was typhoid. He clearly got ran over by a car. Yeah, typhoid. Like I said.
I would think those would be two very distinct.
Patricide.
Obviously, in 1913, medicine isn't what it is today. Did he die by getting run over by a car or typhoid? We don't know.
Unclear.
It is unclear.
It's
Less
chicken
a little
or the
more
egg.
like
It's a
typhoid to
very
me, though.
diagnosable disease or getting run over by a damn car.
You know, I saw a guy come in here with typhoid the other week with
Chicken or
tire
the
marks
egg,
across
my
his
friend.
face.
That could go
All right,
either
so
way.
it said
We
they
don't
had
know.
become bitter rivals over the leadership of
Tire
chiropractic.
void
BJ
syndrome.
Palmer represented his father for the way he treated his family, stating the father beat 3 of his children with straps so much involved in chiropractic that he hardly knew he had any children.
Wow.
Dede claimed his son BJ struck him with his car. Historian Joseph C. Keating Jr. described the patricide interpretation of the event as absurd on its face. Anyway, they said that he stumbled.
Right. Yeah.
Stumbled
sure.
in front of his car. His
Yeah.
son's
Whoops,
car.
it did.
He whoops it. Look at my son's car.
Luckily,
And we're
cars
dead.
only weighed 47 pounds back then.
You
so
also have to remember they went 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Like, so if he stumbled, like that was
it was
really
one of
bad.
those that would go.
What's that scene in Austin Powers where he like says no from like a mile away?
Yeah.
And he keeps...
Steamroller.
People are like, just move out of the way.
Could you imagine, like,
Just move a little
the
bit.
whole process of this guy like gonna run his dad over? Like he's out there with the crank on the front of his car. I'm gonna get this son of a bitch.
Dad, you just stay there. You're part of the parade, Dad. Just stay there. What?
I wonder if he was wearing the goggles and like the leather helmet thing they used to wear back in the day,
like the aviator
aviator helmet with the goggles.
He's ready to drive. He's got his Model A out there.
the steamroller death in Austin Powers.
Here, turn it up.
This is a real account of D.D. Palmer's death. He's
Watch out! Oh, you know who that guy is. That's Eddie off of Mad TV.
Is it?
Yeah. Nobody watches Mad. Nobody ever watched Mad
That was
TV.
it. The streamroller
But he
death
did
scene
the-
from
he did
Austin
the
Powers.
kid off of
D.D.
Mad TV.
D.D. Palmer's death scene.
That was good. All right, well let's wrap it up. This one might have been long enough for 2 episodes. I don't know, or 7. All right.
Yeah, two,
What-
definitely.
Oh my God, it's already 7 p.m.
This is a 2-hour recording.
Sweet. All right, so I'm glad I don't have to edit this. Okay. And probably 2 episodes will be good, part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so let's say the chiropractic care has its place. I think what Birdman said kind of agreed with that. However, the general direction of the profession goes against legitimate medicine in many ways. By pushing the boundaries of what is known to work without provable data, they put themselves in a position of illegitimacy. I wrote that sentence. I think it was a fucking
It's very well
banger
said.
right there.
Very well said.
Not all chiropractors are bad. Many can help with neck and sports injury issues, which has been proven. Medicine, as a part of science, should be provable, repeatable, and scrutinized constantly to improve outcomes and decrease side effects. Saying they don't like the work we are doing, but we don't care. We're going to keep helping people whether the medical community thinks it's okay or not is a dangerous road to travel because only the patients lose
Yeah.
money.
Right, and potentially they get hurt.
Or they may not get better, or they get hurt.
Like we talked about the
What's
opportunity
interesting is
cost
the
of choosing.
risk-benefit analysis to say chiropractic has a very low risk. But to say that the risk-benefit analysis, I mean, if you're a money person, risk-benefit is king. And to say that something with a low risk, it shows no value in a risk-benefit analysis should be a red flag.
Sure.
So, all right, so let's move on here to questions. So let's go around the round table here. John Boy, what questions do you have for me or the panel of experts here on chiropractic?
Definitely not experts, by the way.
None of it, not me either.
I don't really have any
yourselves.
questions. I don't think.
All right, so John Boy, so you've been to the chiropractor. Now, did you learn anything today that would make you want to, go or not go or
Did I learn anything today?
did you learn anything?
Yes, I did learn something today. I'd
So-
probably still go because it's like, if you crack your knuckles, it feels good throughout the day.
So it's yeah.
So, you feel good that day.
But would you pay to go?
No, but you guys are paying.
No, but
It's-
he goes for free.
I go for free.
He's a veteran.
I'm a combat vet, man. Well, fuck you too, man.
That was an actual fart.
That may have been like, God, now we're going to get the chiropractors on us, and all like the Patriot people are going to get on us. Because
Not the
he goes, yeah, I'm a veteran. You go,
That was an actual out of my butt.
I
had
know,
to
which
fart.
is even fucking worse.
it's even worse.
Of
Yeah.
course I had to fart. I didn't time that to say that.
Oh, it just came out of your ass.
I'm not Donald
all
Trump.
willy-nilly.
You could have waited.
Suckers and
You're
does he call 'em?
you're sitting there in church. and-
suckers and losers. All right, well, Birdman,
Shall I
did you
let your
learn
dog
anything today that would make you want to go to chiropractor or not, or what do you think?
Shall I?
My opinion remains unchanged from today.
Okay.
I would say my opinions haven't changed. That I'm not opposed to going to a chiropractor.
Yeah. Good.
But I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's good. And through, I have the same opinion on my, through my research too, is, and what I really didn't want to do with this was to dive, because if you go on the internet, you can support any idea that you have ever had. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is true. If you have any opinion or viewpoint, if you go on the internet, you will find support to that, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's what the internet is.
I do.
It is actually systematically designed to do that. That's what it was built. That's what social media and the internet are built to do.
Well, the internet was originally a bunch of just message boards of similar interest.
What DARPA built.
Back in the Gopher days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which my former roommate in college, his dad was a part of building.
They were trying to convince people that the world was actually round.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I got another fart.
Yeah, so of course, like it was all a way for everyone to access their own echo chamber, essentially, in these discussion boards. Yeah.
What's an echo chamber?
Really?
It's where you say something, and it's like social media. You're in your own bubble.
Like
so,
a sounding board. Like
Yeah.
a
Not a sounding board at all.
Throw it out there.
No.
and it comes back to you.
No.
You want to hear people say.
You want to hear the
agree.
same opinions that you have.
That's what I said. Your own
Echo
bubble.
chamber. Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
Y'all got to get off social media, man. That's just bad
You're
for
right.
you.
It is
It
very
is,
bad
I
for
agree.
you. What do you think John's doing right now?
Especially now
I mean,
that they're.
what do you think Birdman's
they're
doing right now? I mean, cut.
We're all off. Nicole's off of it and everything. Dude, when we watch movies at night, it used to be like this. She'd be flipping through it all fucking day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now, like, we have to, like, talk and stuff. It's like,
Wait, you don't watch movies?
no, when we watch movies now, like,
When you're watching movies,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
look at your phone.
well, I never looked at it. I don't have social media, but she, like,
Well, that's the thing about him. If I ever text him, he's usually replying with his computer because he's working on his computer. And then Nicole actually had to text me yesterday to make sure to know where to come because he hadn't found his phone in a week.
Oh my God.
Let's wrap it up here, and we got a lot more quackery coming at you this season. It's gonna be more crazy shit like this. So that's our take on chiropractors. Don't sue us. We tried to look at the evidence. We try to tell you that what's good, what's bad. Kind of what to do there. But don't take any of this as medical advice from us. Okay, we're just a bunch of idiots. Making jokes and talking about it. So if this episode really quacked you guys up and you want to support the crew, head on over to quackerypodcast.com/join. Become an official quackhead. If you have an idea for a topic you want us to cover, let us know. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out all the pictures from the show on quackerypodcast.com. Rate and review on Apple Podcasts makes a huge difference. Tell your friends, and as always, keep calm. Quack on. And go buy some Jupiter CBD and use the code QUACKERY. All right.